We free folk have our stories too. About how one of your king crows found something cold in the woods with bright blue eyes. How he brought her home through your wall and declared himself Night's King.
What's the deal, my people? You know it is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you another one, and this one is confirmed. The Night King will be in the books. Now, after I dropped my last video, and thank you to everyone who took the time to watch that video and make it a success, I truly appreciate it. I got a lot of comments from people saying that there will be no Night King in the book, and that the person in the book is not the same as the person on the show. In this video, I will address both of those statements and give you the proof you need to let you know that there will be a Night King in the books, and that the person on the show was meant to be the same person from the stories. And when I say same person, I don't mean the exact same person reincarnated, but I mean that this is the person that they based this character on, and that this person will return a 2.0 type version. Just like the Azor Ahai prophecy, will it be the exact same person with Nissa to come back? No, it will be someone fulfilling that prophecy. The same exact thing falls for this Night King. Also, I would just like to say, as always, if any one of these videos hit 400 likes, I will give away 2 months subscription to Netflix, and the last video did hit 400 likes, and I will announce the winner of that person who did win at the end of this video. So now let's get into it. First things first, we must understand exactly who the Night King is from the books. As the sun began to set, the shadows of the towers lengthened and the wind blew harder, sending gusts of dead, dry leaves rattling through the yard. The gathering gloom put Bran in the mind of another of old Nan's stories, the tale of the Night's King. He had been the 13th man to lead the Night's Watch, she said, a warrior who knew no fear. And that was the fault of him, she would add, for all men must know fear. A woman was his downfall, a woman glimpsed from atop the wall, with skin as white as the moon and eyes like blue stars. Fearing nothing, he chased her and caught her and loved her, though her skin was as cold as ice. And when he gave his seed to her, he gave his soul as well. He brought her back to the night fort and proclaimed her a queen, and himself her king. And with strange sorceries he bound his sworn brothers to his will. For 13 years they had ruled, Night's King and his corpse queen, till finally the Stark of Winterfell and Jorah of the Wildlings had joined to free the Watch from bondage. After his fall, when it was found out he had been sacrificing to the others, all records of the Night's King had been destroyed, and his very name forbidden. So in the books, the Night's King is the 13th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, who ruled for 13 years. Now, it's not a coincidence that he's the 13th Lord Commander, and it's not a coincidence that he ruled for 13 years. And the number 13 was brought to my attention by one of my subscribers, Derek Poe, and I did some investigation on this number.
13 years he and his queen ruled over his brothers, making sacrifices as black as their cloaks.
The number 13 brings the test, the suffering, and the death. It symbolizes the death to the matter, or to oneself, and the birth to the spirit, the passage on a higher level of existence. In tarot, the number 13 card is named as death, but it mostly means death of a struggling period and a new beginning. This is exactly what happened to this 13th Lord Commander. He was tested in the beginning, and he failed the test to resist the female White Walker, and he brought death to himself, or as they say in this 13, to oneself. And when they say he gave her his seed, and by doing that he gave away his soul, that would be considered the birth to the spirit, the passage on the higher level of existence. And in tarot cards, it's said that 13 is named as the card of death, but it means the death of a struggling period. This is what happens when he gets taken down in his 13th year, because for those 12 years before, it was a struggling period, and after he was taken down, that started a new beginning. That brings me to the Game of Thrones History and Lore series. Now, the History and Lore is a series of short animated videos included in the Blu-ray release of each TV season of Game of Thrones. In Season 1, the animated featurettes were titled The Complete Guide to Westeros, but from Season 2 onward, they were titled The Histories and Lore videos, and their purpose is to fill you in on backstories of the characters that they can't put in the show because it's too much to put in the show. And it just so happens that in Season 2, when they changed this name to History and Lore, is when we get Ygritte narrating about the Night's King.
About how one of your king crows found something cold in the woods with bright blue eyes. How he brought her home through your wall and declared himself Night's King. 13 years he and his queen ruled over his brothers, making sacrifices as black as their cloaks.
So the fact that they used the book version of the Night's King in Season 2 in the History and Lore Blu-ray, so that the fans of the show could become aware of this character, means that they just did not come up with this Night King character. They based this character on this person, the 13th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, and on this history. They wanted the fans to know about this history of this character. And then 2 years later, in Season 4, Episode 4, we get our first glance of the Night's King. And when he debuted in this episode, at the end, the credit episodes, the character's name was Night's King, and was then immediately taken down an hour after they put that up. And then when they revised it with the name Night King. You have to understand that at this time, George R.R. Martin believed that he was going to have the Winds of Winter out before this debut took place. They did not realize that they would get through all 8 seasons and this book would not be released. He truly thought that he would have this out before Season 4 took place. So he wanted to be the one to debut the Night's King in the books. But he wasn't able to because he still hasn't gotten the Winds of Winter done. That is the reason why they took down the name. They were trying to give it to him and allow him to make the debut of this character out of respect. So to solve this problem, they dropped the apostrophe S and just called him Night King instead of Night's King. As fans of the book and show, we must remember that A Dance with Dragons was published on July 12th, 2011. The first episode of Game of Thrones aired a few weeks earlier than that, on April 17th. And George R.R. Martin said this, and I quote, in a Forbes interview. "It has been an incredible ride," Martin told EW, "and almost all of it has been great. Obviously, I wished I had finished these books sooner, so the show hadn't gotten ahead of me. I never anticipated that." And how could anyone? He had all these years. Before Season 1 had started, he was already done with A Dance with Dragons. And all the way through the finale of the show, over 8 years later, he still has not put out the next book. He thought he was going to be able to do it, but he was not able to do it. And still to this day, that the show has been over for over a year, he still hasn't put this book out. So he had planned to do all these debuts before the show showed them. The Night's King, Jon Snow's parentage, the children of the forest created the White Walkers. All these things he planned on debuting way before the show put them out. He wanted to be the one to put them out there, but he was unable to do it because he was unable to finish the books, and the show just passed him by. And the reason why they changed the name of the Night's King to Night King after they debuted it as Night's King is out of respect to him, to give him a chance to finish the books, and he still was not able to finish the books. So that is the reason why the Night King, who is the Night's King, will be in the books. Take it to the bank. And the winner of the 2 months free Netflix or Amazon gift card is Carla Wade, for leaving this comment and being a subscriber to the channel on my last video that hit 400 likes. And if you want a chance to win, I will say this again. Anytime my video hits 400 likes, any video I make, I will give away 2 months free of Netflix or Amazon gift card of equal amount to a commenter who is subscribed to the channel, who is randomly selected. So congratulations, Carla Wade. Contact me on Teflon TV on Facebook. Send me a private message with your email address and what you want, so I could send it right out to you. So make sure you leave a comment and subscribe to this channel for your chance to win. And if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.